Well, thank you for the question. So I have a list. We definitely should insist on local hire. And so even at your campus, as you go to the cafeteria and the workers that help to keep the campuses, do you ever ask the question, where do the people come from? And who works there? Who has the privilege of working at Georgia Tech, or the Atlanta University Center, or Georgia State? So support local hire initiatives even on your campus. So these are policy recommendations as well. Of course, affordable housing. So I know when you come to town, students, you often take and live in apartments and condos and houses around Georgia Tech and Georgia State and the Atlanta University Center, but did you know that most residents could not live there? And so building safe and affordable housing in the neighborhood, if you have a housing background or an architect background, you can actually help to build those. It doesn't take a lot. Urban gardens, there's a ton of urban gardens. I see a space over there to register your food network. There are programs out there right now that you can actually help build and create these gardens in just 1 or 2 days. And so lend your hand and your support right now. Thriving businesses, really helping to start and support business incubator centers. So imagine if this whole room was filled with tables with students and communities deciding on one issue: what businesses will be created today? And then just have that one day for the best minds to get together, community and students, to come up with at least 1 or 2 businesses that could then be funded. You also have a Georgia Tech Foundation. Did you know that? Sometimes that foundation is used for internal. I know we're being taken by Georgia Tech, so we like Georgia Tech, but the question is, are those foundation dollars, whether it's Atlanta University Center or Georgia State or Georgia Tech, are those foundation dollars being used for community purposes? When you have your fundraisers, and I know we love to have fundraisers on campus, are any of those funds or portion of those funds going back to the communities that you drive by on the way to the fundraiser? So consider, if you're having a fundraiser, that 10% of that fundraiser actually goes to support a community-based business or organization. 2 other things. Jobs. It's really about jobs and job creation. If we just all decided and walked out of here and decided that we were going to create a job, what would that job be? How could we create jobs together? How could we clean up communities together if we decided to go right outside and clean up this one street? Everyone, your sororities, your fraternities, if we just collectively did a couple of things together, that would have a major impact. So what I just suggest is come outside of the classroom and really engage in the communities that surround you, because they need you and want you. And then, of course, I have to give a plug to our own internship program, and I see one of our interns, Christiana from Spelman. We have some from Georgia Tech and Georgia State and Emory, but we have internship applications back there, or information. We need your brains. Part of what we did with Mike Dobbins' studio a couple of years ago was really did a 22-month study to look at the impact of the Fort McPherson closing on the community. So we looked outside the walls of the base to look at what impact it would have, and we asked the community, what do you want to see? So guess what? That one was a National Planning Award and a State Planning Award in 2011, but it's a plan, it's a roadmap. You have intellectual capital that you're using to get your great grades, and we're glad you're doing that. But use that intellectual capital to really help someone every day. Thank you.